Hi guys, my name is Anush and welcome to my channel, Fan Rant, where I will be reading some fan fiction stories where I would read them, react to them, and review them for you guys. So this is the second video that I'm making in that regard in my sort of Harry Potter one-shot startup videos. I'm going to be sort of doing the same thing as I did on my last video. We're just going to be looking at the next story down. I'm going to be doing a few videos like this, and then for after a couple of videos or 5 or 6 videos, I'm going to look at the other end of the spectrum and look at some of the least favorited stories and maybe compare and contrast them to the stories we've read so far, how those stories could be improved to get as many favorites as the stories we're starting off with, sort of how to improve, what to do, what not to do, kind of little pointers in how to basically improve your story writing if that is something that you wish to do. So without further ado, we're just going to start off again. So we're just going to go back into our little sort of fan fiction app there. I'm going to just click on read. Just going to go on to Harry Potter again. We're going to sort of click on a filter. We're going to do exactly the same as we did before. So English as our language, all ratings, less than 1,000 words. It's going to be completed, sorted from favorites, and characters going to be Harry. We will eventually go on and look at stories about other characters, but for now, we're going to stop. We're going to sort of keep on looking at Harry's stories. So there's about 23,464 stories with this sort of specifications. Um, let's click on search. So my last video we did the first story there, Oops, by Silverwolf 7007. So we're just going to go and look at the next story down. So the next story down has about 2,000 favorites, so 1,000 less than Oops. So there's a big gap from first to second. But it was a really well written sort of story. We did favorite the author. Unfortunately, the author hasn't posted something in quite some time, like a few years. So we're not going to follow him, but we did favorite him to go back and sort of look at his stories again. Uh, Sorry, I think it's like a van outside. So reverse them or something. Um, right, so the next story down, 2,000 likes, is called Lord of the Wind by Teddy Account. Um, the summary is by chance, Harry discovers his animagus abilities. At the age of 9, he flashes himself to Hogwarts in his phoenix form, hoping for a better life. Will he succeed? It's AU, which stands for Alternative Universe, for those of you who might not know. But if you are obviously fan fiction, you probably do know what that stands for. It's partly OOC, which means they're slightly out of character. Again, for those of you who might not know. Abusive Dursleys, not a given. Adoption, DH to Minerva, and Animagus story. And it's Harry and Severus story kind. Based on that summary, this doesn't feel like it's a one-shot kind of story. It feels like it should be multi-chapter. Unless the authors like sort of paused the chapter and then decided to give up and just changed it to complete, which I wish, like, kind of wish authors wouldn't do that. If you give up on a story, don't change it to complete, because people who see a complete story expect that story to be complete, like expect to go in and see an ending. If there's not going to be an ending to your story, just don't change the status to complete. That's just unfair. I'm going to click on it anyway, just to have a quick look. Okay. Oh, right, okay. Authors not over all these years, I have been maintaining 2 accounts. This Teddy, a long account, and the one of Hila Pumphrey. I have now decided to merge them as one account under the name Hila Teddy Long. Okay, since there is no difference in the stories that I am posting. I've just begun reposting story on Hila Teddy Long today. I have put the account for you to find one of my favorite writers on my author's page. After its completion, I will post each of my other stories and finally close this account. Please check out the Gila Teddy Long Long account and be so kind and once again add the story to your favorites. And I would appreciate it immensely if you were so kind as to re-review this story on Hina Teddy Long Long. I received so many kind reviews here on this account and it makes me very sad to lose them all. Please be so kind and re-review. Thank you very much for your understanding and kind support to the Long Long, aka Hila to the Long Long. Okay, that that says it all. I don't think there's anything I can explain to this, so we're just gonna go back and look at the next one instead. Pet's Curse by Isis Luna Skeeter. Harry gets cursed and sent back in time. Now he has to find a way to save himself while getting used to the constant presence of his enemy. How does he always get himself into these things anyway? Part one of a Pet trilogy complete. Okay. I can see that this has two chapters. We were hoping for a one shot. Let me just have a quick look because it doesn't also feel like it should be a one shot. And what was in this chapter? Let me just quick. Right. Okay. I had feared that this was going to be the same thing again. It's an abandoned story. Well, it's available on Archive of Our Own, so we will once we start looking at stories on that website, we probably will come across this. But okay, right. Okay. Third time's the charm, right? We'll look at the next story. Harry Potter and Here There Be Dragons by Salil 65619. It's a one shot. What might have happened if at the first task of the Triwizard Tournament Harry's firebolt didn't show up? Okay, this feels like more it's going to be a one shot short story. It's got title of it's got the genre of humor again, which I have found something like with these like little short stories, they always tend to be more on the humor side, and the stories are like less than 1,000 words. So let's get into it, guys, and let's see what this one's like. One shot. What might have happened if at the first task of the Triwizard Tournament, Harry's Firebolt didn't show up? I'm not going to read the comments because don't want to have any giveaways, but I can see that he has had 345 comments. That is a lot of comments for a one chapter short story, so hopefully it also means that it's a good story. Let's have a look. Oh, come on. Okay. Here there be dragons. There were hundreds and hundreds of faces staring down at him from stands that had been magic there since he'd last stood on the spot. And there was the horntail at the other end of the enclosure, crouched low over her clutch of eggs, her wings half furled, her evil yellow eyes upon him, a monstrous scaly black lizard, thrashing her spag tail, heaving yard-long gouge marks in the hard ground. The crowd was making a great deal of noise, but whether friendly or not, Harry didn't know or care. It was time to do what he had to do, to focus his mind entirely and absolutely upon the thing that was his only chance. This feels like I'm guessing this bolded um, beginning to the story is actually extract from book, so we're sort of getting to that point where Harry's trying to get his five bolts based on the summary. Um, yeah, so far, I don't think this is the author, it's just a little extract from the actual original book. Let's have a look. He raised his wand. Accio Firebolt, he shouted. Harry waited, every fibre of him hoping, praying. If it hadn't worked, if it wasn't coming. He seemed to be looking at everything around him through some sort of shimmering, transparent barrier, like a heat haze, which made the enclosure and the hundreds of faces around him swim strangely. Okay, so I think we've come to the end of the extract from the original book. The I put in a couple of fire. So I think we were about to start where the author has written. There are some bolded words obviously you can see um, ahead of this, but I think they seem to be thoughts. The bold areas is Harry's thoughts, which well, kind of works because like the bolded extract from the beginning from the original book seems to be Harry's thoughts as well. So okay, let's have a little read of the actual author's own version of the next part. Well, this is bad. Harry fought to keep from vomiting. Okay, but who is about to be flash fried? Think of something. Nothing. Okay. I like it. It seems to be very in line with J.K.'s way of writing Harry, a little bit more. Okay, let's have a little read to see if I've picked up right on this. Crap. What were the odds that Dumbledore would allow a competition that would kill the competitors dead? It seemed unlikely. A thought occurred to him. Dragons were more or less reptiles. Could it possibly be that simple? At worst, he'd probably get hurt real bad, and then have, hopefully, a graceful way out of this insanity. Yeah, seems to be very in line with the way that J.K. Rowling herself, obviously we read from that little extract at the beginning, is written. So it's very intriguing. Um, Dragons are more or less reptiles. I think I can guess where this is going, what Harry's going to do. Very interesting. Okay, let's have a look. The hotel maintained unblinking eye contact, still guarding her clutch of eggs. Okay, let's get this over with. Hesitantly, he strode up towards the dragon. He had covered almost half the distance between the tent entrance and the hotel when he saw the beast gulp a large breath. Preparation for breathing fire? Oh God. He bowed deeply toward the dragon, maintaining eye contact. He then hissed in par's tongue. Par's, I'm guessing in Parsum. Okay, par's tongue. I get it. He didn't hiss in Parsum mouth, like. So he's going to speak Parsum mouth with the dragon because the dragon's reptiles probably speaks Parsum mouth. Okay. So in this universe, all reptiles speak the same language. I can see it. I can see it. It's certainly not outside of the realms of a magical world, as it were. Um, and yeah, so far it's very intriguing. I like the concept. I like how the story's written. More of that at the end. Let's see what Harry says. He then hissed and passed on. Please do not kill this insignificant one. I'm not going to do the hissing sound. I don't think I'll be able to do that. What trickery is this? The Horntail blinked. That's my attempt at the Horntail. So how can one of the small annoying ones speak the noble tongue? You speak with the dialect of the serpents. Okay, dialect of the serpents. I like that. Okay. You speak with the dialect of the serpents. A very few of my kind are born with a minor grasp of your magnificent language. Oh, give her a flight. Okay, Harry from the books wouldn't have been this clever. Let's face it, he was clever, but not like this. We like that though. I like it though. What is the meaning of this? Why were I and the lesser breeds brought to this place but are unborn? Lesser breeds. She's very the Norman Horntail's very fixed on the fact that she's a noble breed, noble tongue, dialect of the serpents, I and the lesser breeds. She very thinks highly of herself, doesn't she? Okay. It is a contest to prove the superiority of our schools, Harry explained. I am being forced to take part because some unknown enemy caused me to enroll. The Horntail's eyes flashed angrily. My task is to remove a foal's egg from your nest without allowing you to kill me and without damaging any of your unborn. And how are you, so tiny, weak, and insignificant, supposed to do any of these things? I was planning to summon my broom to swoop in and grab the foal's egg as quickly as I could, then get out of your reach before he killed me. He saw the look on the suddenly expressive face of the dragon. I know, an insane plan, but it's an insane contest I'm forced to take part of. Harry's a little bit bummed, like, yeah, like insanity. I know, right? Okay. The Horntail stared at him, and he was sure that the dragon was looking into his soul. The Horntail turned to her clutch of eggs and took the golden egg into her mouth. She then placed it on the ground in front of Harry. Take it and go. Tell our keepers that our patience is at an end, and we do not wish to be part of any more of your kind's insane games. We wish to be returned to our nesting grounds. Harry picked up the egg and bowed deeply again. Thank you for the aid you have given this insignificant one. Oh, giver of life. Giver of life? She's not God. Begone! Harry turned on his heel and started to walk to the enclosure entrance where Madame Pomfrey and the other champions were standing looking at him open-mouthed. The stands were absolutely silent. What? He asked. Then he heard it. He whirled about and saw what was coming. He reached up and smacked his rival. Well, crap. Next time, Accio faster. And at the end, I very enjoyed that. Very short, very sweet, just like the last one. Um, there was humor. It was very well written. It's almost in line with J.K. Rowling's writing herself. Um, I'm not sure whether I would have done the thoughts in bold like that. You won't really find bold in a written book per se, like this. Italics would have been simple enough to do the thoughts and the dragon speech in. But other than that, yeah, very likable. It reads well. Again, as I said in my last video, breaks in your paragraphs, breaks in your uh, punctuations between sentences. It's very important. It gives the your reader where there's a pause, where there is a significant pause. It's very important, and this one shot story certainly do seem to be doing that. I think I am going to give story a favorite. Okay. Um, yeah, there's not a lot to criticize about it. Not that I'm trying to criticize, but review wise, I've got good things to say. Except that with a little sort of pointer that I wouldn't have done those thoughts and dragon speech in bold. It sort of stands out and draws the eye, not in a particularly good way. Um, it sort of takes away from the impact of the story a little bit, but other than that, I liked it. Yeah, it was short, sweet, funny. Mm, I'm assuming the rest of the story just carries on as it did before, except instead of flying around, Harry's just simply talked to the dragon in puzzle mouth. Let's have a look at the author. Let's see. According to my stats, an amazing number of people have been looking at this, so maybe I had to put something profound here. But then I realized I don't really have that much to say that's all that profound. So I'm having troubles getting the words to flow on anything I recently sat down and forced out a 2.2 thousand words that became it just tastes better. That doesn't hasn't helped in the slightest. Number 24, I guess it goes on to talk about some of the stories this person's done. Let's have a look, see how many 47 stories. The most recent one's about 2 years ago. Technomagical ideas, which isn't complete, as this author hasn't been around for the last 2 years. That's so disappointing, kind of like the last one, which was longer. But I think what I'm going to do is favorite the author, but I'm not going to follow them. it's no point. So I have a feeling, obviously, with how that story was written, that there is likely to be good stories here again to read. So got some of the complete ones. This is a 2,000 word one shot. A Mother's Life has 506 likes, 235 comments, I think. Is that comments? I don't know, 92 comments. Followers, sorry. That's followers. Canon tells us about the unspecified protections Lily Potter laid upon her son. What if she had done more than that? Okay, very intriguing. It's a lot. It's longer than 10,000 words. 10,000. It's longer than 1,000 words, so it might not be specifically humor. But very interesting. Lots of uncompleted work, unfortunately, which is a bit of a letdown. Because based on that one shot, I think the author's very good at writing, so I would have loved to see some more. Let's have a look at some of the earlier ones reach the end. So the first one, Harry Potter and the Power He Has Not, complete AU alternative. In the seventh book, Dumbledore is gone, the Ministry of Hogwarts is in disarray. Harry and his friends are the only hope, but then Harry's magic is gone. Sometimes it really sucks to be Harry Potter. Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, eventually. Okay. Harry there and Here There Be Dragons, which we've already read. So, right. Alright, guys, well, that was my second video. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to do a couple of more of these, and then, well, as I said, we'll do some other fanfiction from the other end of the spectrum where they haven't had necessarily all those favorited stories, and we'll see how those can be improved, how they differ with the ones that do get those just good reviews. Because there's this the story we did here that's again very well written, very good. There wasn't a lot to criticize about. I really did enjoy that. Well, hope you enjoyed my second video, my Harry Potter one shot fanfiction read, react, and review. Until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.